Oh, you stink.
You can't cheat in tic-tac-toe.
I just did. Deal with it.
I don't know, but I believe. Hey everybody, welcome back to Thought Bubble episode number 3. Pretty exciting. Last week we talked about all things Disney and Disney Princess, and Bruce almost stumped me on a few of those, so go back and watch that episode, as well as that really special episode where we danced a lot.
Yeah, Richard Simmons and some Just Dance, and
It got out of hand.
Joelle made a guest appearance too, which
She
was
did.
cool.
But on to this week's Thought Bubble. I got some questions for Bruce, starting off with probably the most important question anyone will ever ask you.
I'm flattered, but I already have a date to the prom.
Well, too bad. So you just finished watching the Star Wars septilogy now?
Yeah.
Way to go.
It only took me 26 years of life, but I made it.
You're never too old to start.
Hey.
Here's my question.
All right.
Life-changing question. Yoda and Superman get in a fight. Who wins?
I feel like it's just going to be a draw. Like, it goes on forever. Because, like, Yoda kind of holds himself against Count Dooku, and then...
Mm-hmm. And someone did watch Star Wars, pulling out the references.
Yeah, the episode...
Two? Oh,
Two? Six?
Attaboy. Two.
Three?
Two.
Two. You can cut all
There
that
are
out.
some Star Wars purists who are going to be really ticked that you said Count Dooku was episode 6.
I've seen them each once. I feel like Yoda... it would just drag on for a while. Because, like, in most of the movies, there's never, like, any definitive, like, winner. Like, even when Anakin gets his legs chopped off, he's still alive and... Oh, wait. Does this count as spoilers? But,
no, I'm
but
pretty sure
everyone's seen it at this point.
Yeah, you were the last person on Earth to see Star Wars.
Okay, so so I'm not really spoiling anything by saying...
I don't... If we spoil Star Wars from someone, I hope they comment and tell us, and, like, we'll send them, like
a care package?
Yeah, like a fruit basket.
Okay.
So Superman is powerful because he's on Earth, not on Krypton. And on Krypton, he's just a normal person.
So where are they fighting?
That's the question I think you should be asking. If it is on Earth, I don't think Superman can lose.
But I don't think...
But anywhere
I don't
else...
think he could win, though.
You know, maybe fair. But, like, anywhere else, I feel like Yoda has to be the winner. Because Superman could just be mortal again.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm glad we had this conversation. Let's move on.
I'm gonna have to think about this more tonight when I can't sleep.
All right. So,
Question number 2.
question number 2. This one's a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Not that Yoda and Superman wasn't. So I heard something. I saw something on Facebook. It was probably one of those pictures of like a forest with a scripty font that had some sort of pithy saying.
So something from like Pinterest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought
I follow.
this is someone actually important might have said this, and I don't remember what it was. I'm sorry. It said the person you are in 5 years comes down to what you're reading today. I want to like, what books have you been reading recently that you think have been really good or interesting?
All right, cool. Like outside of the Bible?
Sure.
Just okay. So I've been reading a book, and I can't think of the title, but it's by a guy named Robert Pattinson. Not the guy from Twilight, but he's
Okay.
He's kind of like a theologian, archaeologist. He dropped out of college, I think, and moved to the Middle East to kind of become an Orthodox Jew without all...
Okay.
Kind of just do Orthodox Judaism. And so he's basically written this book about how there's like archaeological evidence that like everything that like all the places like Nazareth, Bethlehem, all these biblical places and people that we read about, there's like proof of them in other like extant works. I'm giving you both sides of the coin, but this is the one that I think there's more evidence for it. And so he goes through like, a couple, extra biblical sources. I don't have names for them because they don't really have names. They're just like letters and numbers and
Sure.
and things like that.
This fragment of a piece of paper
Like, had so and so writing, but it turns out that because like early on, the Jewish faith was very like the whole idea of a Messiah was like a political leader or someone that was going to like
Sure.
free them from the political tyranny of like Greece and Rome and stuff. And so like to have a Messiah that suffers and dies totally didn't fit the bill. Like they thought it was going to be like, a reigning king, which is kind of where this whole question of a suffering Messiah comes in. But it turns out that there, is kind of evidence of, this idea lingering around even before the person of Jesus, like, even in like, the early BCs, early ADs. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that sounds really interesting, and it's cool. I like the fact that he gives both perspectives.
Yeah,
because I think that's something.
It's important, I think.
Yeah, because there are I listen to some interesting podcasts, and there are people who you can argue something, and you might even have a bit of a point, but it's a matter of figuring out what is actually true here. So I'm supposed to answer the thought bubble. Let me tell you books. I'm gonna be really short. Creativity Incorporated by Ed Catmull. Phenomenal book. Finished that one last fall. But by far the best book I've read. History of Pixar. Just go read it. Okay, I feel better now. Question: how do you overcome fear? Ooh, yeah, we're gonna dive right into this.
Oh man, fear. No, are we talking like?
I want to move beyond. I'm scared of this house spider.
Okay, because that's legitimately what I was gonna say. Because I'm terrified of spiders, and it's a good thing that I still live with my parents, so that my dad can kill them for me. All right. This is Thought Bubbles. We're pushing the envelope, right?
Pushing the envelope.
All right.
You made me talk last week about princesses, and I'm totally unprepared for this, so I'm getting even.
I mean, Disney princesses, like they're hand in hand.
Yes, but okay.
All right.
Back to this bubble. Bringing it back. Okay.
Fear. We're gonna have to fast forward a little bit.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
And I said we might just post the entire one someplace else. And
That's true. We could
do
that.
Like the extended thought bubble for the hardcore thought bubbler.
The Peter Jackson edition was an hour and 67 minutes longer.
You guys talked about what your favorite color was for 3 hours.
How did you do it?
It's inspirational.
Oh my gosh. All right, how do I overcome fear? All right, I know that we were supposed to save this for a different time.
Okay.
But this is the only example I can think of. So, Micah took me mountain biking. I know. Look at the face of disappointment because I'm ruining this. This is supposed to be for later.
It's been in the bumper for 3 weeks now.
It really has been. Like, if you haven't seen me wipe out, you're not watching the videos closely enough. And I decided not to use my brakes. And so I had a little more speed than I anticipated and ended up going well over the handlebars. And
I did legitimately think I was going to be carrying you out of there. So.
And I mean, it was just one of those things that, like, in the moment, like, it was one of the scariest things ever. Like, I knew right away that, like, I wasn't severely hurt. But, like, something like that kind of just, it rattles your confidence. Mm-hmm. And it's, you kind of go into that moment of shock where it's like, I just flipped over handlebars on a bike. I flew 15 feet. It was 10, 15 feet?
Yeah, you moved.
I nearly missed a tree. And it's kind of one of those things that I think after that moment, I was content never going mountain biking again.
You were vocalizing that
I
quite
was
clearly.
like, never doing this again. And I don't know, a couple months later,
Yeah, it was.
we were back out there at Farmdale with one of our freshman guys, Kaysen, and then it came the point where it was like, if a freshman guy can do this, I should be able to. And so it's kind of just
You had to get back on the horse that
you
threw
had to
you.
you had to get back on the horse that threw you. And I think a lot of it, and now that I'm kind of like vocalizing this and processing it out, I think one of the things that helped me more than anything overcome that fear was having the two of you alongside of me. Like, watching you guys succeed gave me the confidence, to recognize that, like, I've done this before, I can do it again.
Yeah.
And I mean, we go climbing on a regular basis. If it weren't for ropes and things holding us there, like, if this was Mario, we would be in negative lives. That's how many respawns we would have had. And if you look at it like that, like, you're not gonna go from 0 to 100 without taking some falls, without some failures. And I think, having kind of that mindset, kind of as I'm processing this through, as I'm just verbal diarrheaing all over.
Messy thought bubble.
Messy thought bubble. You pop it and it's just
Okay.
confetti.
Oh, no. Okay.
Confetti.
Oh, okay.
It's like a piñata. It's a piñata thought bubble. Where'd you think I was going?
I didn't want to think where you were going.
But, overcoming fear, I think there's a lot to do with just the solidarity of brotherhood. And then just getting back on the horse, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that goes with just about anything.
I think I love that you brought up climbing, because you were the reason I got into climbing. And the first few times, I just had this incredible fear of, like, rope failure, or do you actually know what you're doing? And I mean, it was.
Wait a second.
And I would get halfway up these walls.
Who dropped who?
Well, that's a different story.
Okay.
And I remember, because I wasn't afraid of heights before this, and we went a couple times, and I remember thinking, this is not who I want to be. Like, I do not want to be afraid of this.
Yeah.
And the person I want to be is the type of person who can climb to the top, even though it might scare him. And I did this 5-6 route once, and it's like a 65-foot wall. So every 15 feet, I would make you stop, hold me on the rope, and like I'd have to take, and I'd just pray, like, God, you are a good God. I trust you. I'm gonna climb another 15 feet in faith of your goodness, and ever since then, like, it's gone. Like, I mean, there's still some moments where you're like, whoa, I just almost fell, and
yeah.
And it was crazy for me, because last week going climbing in Chicago, I had a lead climbing again. Lead climbing, you can take some pretty big falls, and it was almost like returning back to that as I'm climbing up this wall. Like, God is a good Father who loves me, and I'm not going to be afraid of this, even though there is, you are.
There's a little potential.
You're putting yourself in danger. Like, I'm going to trust, and I love it. Like, whether it's me climbing higher or you biking again, like, there is.
It's easier to do when you're with somebody.
For sure. I think you need that brotherhood, but you also need that trust of, I can get hurt doing this. I might get hurt doing it. Like, we could go biking and you could fall again.
Oh, I'm almost. There's literally 100% chance that I'm gonna fall.
And that, like, you're like, anything you're gonna do, you're gonna, like, climbing or biking, but the fact that you're doing it and you're doing it with someone, like, in the trust, like God is a good God, and there's a level there, like, there's a line there, like, if I believe God's a good God. If I climb without a rope, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna fall and not get hurt, but I think that goodness is more, you speaking, for me at least, speaking to what I know is an irrational fear. Like, this is a fear that's not leading to climbing without a rope. Stupid. Like, that fear's there for a reason. Yeah. All right, if you're
Alex Honnold, like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but if you're anyone else, like, use a rope. Like, that's
that's what they're there for.
So, yeah, I feel like this has been a great bubble.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm gonna throw this at the camera, try to be cool like you. So, guys, keep tuning into the Thought Bubbles. We might have the extended one somewhere. We'll see about that. Or watch an adventure video.
So thanks for tuning in with Twiddles and Tiger.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love our guys and everyone else out there. We're glad you watched.
Have a good one.